You see here, hi guys. Well, there's a 4 to 5 about, and I'm off to work. So just a minute. Okay. Well, this is going to be my reply to Spooky University. So, good morning. Yeah, my reply to Spooky University number 10 about who we are and our relation with work. I mean, does our work make us? Do we make our work? You know, see where I'm coming. That was the question. Well, actually, when you think about it, I'll try and take my case as one way of looking at it. When I was a teenager, I had to work to pay for my studies, and you know, coming from a working class family and wanting to go to university meant very simply that you needed money. Now, that meant actually that as a student I took all the odd and menial jobs that were possible. Now, what does that mean in practice? I mean, it means that I was working as a janitor, so washing floors, cleaning toilets, and, you know, scrubbing. That was the evening job after school. And weekends, for example, working in a textile mill. And so, in a way, you know, like the menial jobs, was I identifying with that? No. But very funnily enough, the fact that I was doing them to pay for studies, you know, to earn money for that, I was looked upon very, very favorably in this respect. Kind of funny, you know. If I had done it for a job, if you know what I mean, if it had been my means of sustenance, as actually some of the people that were working with me, they were being looked down upon. So, you know, you can see already how society is putting labels on people. I got a frog in my throat this morning. How society is putting labels on people. I was being looked up on, and some of my work colleagues were being looked down upon because they needed this to live. Crazy. I mean, so as things moved on, that's the way it was. I mean, at least for up to university. When I was in university, in the summers, the summer jobs at university, I was working at the university. So I was working in a lab at university. And was I looked down upon? No, again, not at all. Actually, the contrary, you know, because hey, he's working at the university. And was I identifying? Well, actually then, I'd say, in a way I was. Because when you're a student at university, it's very much your life. You're molding yourself. It's part of molding your character and so on. And, I mean, it's part of the process. And, yeah, I mean, there, I was identifying myself very much with what I was doing. And like many people, you know, I was probably thinking, you know, of changing the world and so on. Okay, I mean, and it continued a little bit like that until I was going to say, as long as I was in university. So when I went to Europe, you know, I was still working in universities for a few years, and then finally got a job for a big multinational company. Now, that's funny because that's where it shifts a little bit. Because myself, I guess, coming from a working class family, and then going into actually a job in a big company where a lot, I would say 90% plus of my colleagues came from high class families. So, I mean, born with a silver spoon in their mouth, meant that actually it's funny, I mean, they identified themselves with their jobs, I would say, wholly, because for some reason, I guess, a lot of them had never worked, so to say, before. And so this was like their first experience, very often on the work market. As for myself, I mean, I knew the difference between, going directly from home to the work market. And somehow, I mean, like, I was then at the point where I was getting ready to build up family life as well. So career was one thing, but family life took over, and family life became more important. Now, how was the identification changing? Well, for the first few years, yeah, I mean, there was trying to juggle both. But then, I mean, as the children started growing up, and you realize that, well, actually, no, it doesn't work that way. At least not in my case. See, minutes going on. It doesn't work that way. You got to make a move, and my move was, my family comes first. Wrong move as far as the career ladder is concerned. And the second thing as well is that by not, excuse me, over there, that's where that fire was in one of the vids. It's all boarded up. Oh boy, gotta really move now. So the way things were actually is that, like I said, wrong move as far as the career ladder is concerned. Because then, when you're a big company like where I am, we'd like to talk about work-life balances. Actually, what that means is identify yourself with your work, and supposedly find a balance with your life. I mean, like some of my colleagues have, family time on their agenda. You know what that means? That means like, hi son, yeah, look, I can give you a slot next week between 2 and 4. Now, don't laugh, I've seen it more than once. So if that is finding a balance, no thanks. No thanks. I mean, I never worked that way. My family always came first. Consequences to things like that are actually quite simple. Is that you can be seen as not being dedicated enough. That doesn't mean that you're not competent at all. In my case, I've always been told that real pleasant to work with, great team worker, and so on. So I mean, I've had very positive sides to my own, probably my own making has helped me to have very positive sides. But by not becoming who I am in my work, by not letting my work become me, it has consequences if you want to move up in the job. At least that's my opinion. Now, did I want to move up? Well, not past a certain point, that's for sure. But I mean, I guess you can see it. I see 9 minutes, because I'm gonna have to break this off. But basically, like to sign off quickly, is that depending on which job you're doing and how much you want to become in life, as a job is concerned, you might have to identify yourself with become your job. But then think about it. At what sacrifice? At least that's my take of it. Sometimes menial jobs are looked down upon, sometimes not. Once again, it's all in the eyes of the beholder. Very much. You are who you are, and you're a quality person. You're a unique creation. That's the main thing. Main thing in life. DC is going to sign off. Take care.